Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the hashtag TFR Motivation Monday Zoom. We are Dr. Dondi and Marcy Nettles,
hey guys.
And every week we come at you with some amazing information from an amazing presenter, and today is going to be no exception. So we're going to give you some updates so you have a chance to go grab something to write with. In fact, grab a couple pencils in case you break a lead. Grab a pen too, because you don't want to miss a single word of this. So because we are coming at you every week, it's very important that you tag your team, that you get on here. It's the same time every week, just like clockwork. And because we care about you, we give it to you in multiple ways. Obviously live here on Facebook and on Zoom, but how else do they get this?
Hey guys, we've got you covered everywhere, because if you're not able to be on here with us live, or even if you are and you're like us and you want to go back and listen to this again,
which you should,
go to YouTube. Subscribe to Team Freedom Reigns. Don't just subscribe, but make sure that you ding the bell too. Ding, ding, so that you get those notifications when we upload new content every single week. We want to make sure that you are covered and that you are notified as well. So go and subscribe after the call, Team Freedom Reigns on YouTube.
Yes. Speaking of covered and notified, if you keep checking this off and closing it out in your back office, stop. Just watch the 9-minute video, get it over with, and you'll understand how important compliance is on what you can and can't say about our products to protect you, your business, and the longevity of this company. Go watch the 9-minute video.
Yeah, and as Dondi said, we were going to do updates. Well, guys, this may be not quite the update you were looking for, but it's been in front of your face over and over and over again. You know why?
Yep.
Because something that's this important, we want to make sure that you're aware of it and you take it seriously. So just like success leaves clues, right?
Mm-hmm.
Seeing something over and over and over again, you can deduct it's pretty dang important. So go and watch the video.
Absolutely.
And then the monthly marketing playbook, guys, our company puts together this amazing tool for us every single month. They put out a complete layout of how you can post on social media compliantly, as well as offering a product of the month with a total focus in videos. How about podcasts and blogs? Amazing stuff. Social shareables, podcasts, Facebook Lives, and information on this as well. Yeah. I love our new launch guide.
We're so over the top. We could have talked about one activator. We could have talked about 2 activators, but no, we had talked about 3 activators. That's why the Pro Tandem Tri-Synergizer is the product this month. So make sure. So speaking of the system, the ITT, Invite Tool Team, this is the absolute way the company is going to get unified so that we all have the same messaging. So for the first step, we're using biohackingaging.com. If you have not seen it, go watch the 4-minute video and then click it over onto the science to send people who want to get more information, people that geek out on the science, kind of like I do sometimes. The next step is very, very important too. And then the overview. Every Tuesday night, we do an overview and corporate does an overview. So you get 2 for the punch. It's called a 2 for Tuesday LVO, your LifeVantage opportunity overviews coming at you every Tuesday.
Yeah, so check your email. Yeah, guys,
too.
Check your email, because this came out just today. This is the information for tomorrow night's Taking Control of Your Health and Wealth with LifeVantage opportunity overview. You'll be able to actually click this link in your email and go right directly to that LVO tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. But before that, at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 5 p.m. Pacific, on Tuesdays and then Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific, and Saturdays at 1 p.m. Pacific, every single week. 3 live opportunities for you to share this information, to be able to use the ITT system, inviting to tools, and then make sure that you introduce to your team after they've seen these LVOs.
Yes, the Success Mastery every Saturday since March. We've been just crushing it, giving you some updates on product, updates on what's working in the field, success stories, usually somebody who's rank advanced or had some great successes on there. And then we have a call to action and a deep dive into the mindset training of this company every Saturday going on 9 a.m. Pacific time.
Yeah, all right, guys. Are you ready for fire? I mean, training like no other. Global convention. And this is something we are going to be talking about over and over and over again, because remember, the things that are in front of you all of the time must be really important.
Which means the power of repetition.
Yeah. So get pre-registered, guys. You've got to get pre-registered. And now they're actually offering you to have guests come for free. Are you kidding me? That's an amazing opportunity for you to share the information with people on the live opportunities, but then to invite them to our global convention to see exactly what the system is about, what this mentorship program it has in store for them. It is just like sealing the deal for you. So get yourself pre-registered and then start deciding who you're going to invite to attend with you for free.
Because it's you plus 2. What? Yeah, you plus 2. So you could be the love in the invite sandwich. You register and you get 2 guests for free. Wasn't that? Did you see what I did there?
I did.
That was awesome, wasn't it?
But you know what, guys? The fire is here. And by the way, if
It
you're
is.
excited about this call tonight, I want you to give me your favorite emoji, or just fire, or if you're on Zoom, whatever you want to put in here, guys, let us know that you are so freaking excited for this call tonight. Because, you know, Elite Pro 8, Cherise Matthews, blows my socks off every single time that she speaks. And I know Don D feels the exact same way. But before we get into the call details, I want to tell you a little bit about her. She is a wife and the mother of 3 boys that she's actually used in some of her training topics. And I just absolutely love, you know, the duct tape method. It was so great. She's been with LifeVantage for 9 years now. She was in the fitness industry for 30 years as a fitness and conditioning trainer, working with people from beginners to the elite level athletes. She has a business background that also includes 10 years in sales and marketing for wealth management, providing solutions to preserve, oh my gosh, preserve high net worth estates, guys.
Yes.
So she's got best of both worlds here in what we offer here at LifeVantage too, on the fitness and the finance sides of things. I love it. So one of the things that she's so excited about is that she can now leave a much larger footprint on human health by building a legacy with LifeVantage. And as you can see, that's going to be a big part of her conversation with us tonight.
Yes.
And
give me a thumbs up if you notice that I matched the font color to Cherise's eye color on
I
that
know,
quote
isn't
there.
that just freaking gorgeous?
Yeah.
It's absolutely gorgeous. So is there anything else you'd like to say about Cherise before we
absolutely.
Cover?
So, and when Marcy says that she's our favorite presenter, she is not exaggerating. So if you guys have the blessing of being in Long Beach and watching her, I would just say it was not just a talk. It was a presentation. It was like
it was theatrics.
It was almost
it
was like a Broadway play interview, or I don't know what. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. We had a guest there, and she goes, "That is the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life."
Yes.
We're like, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was so cool. So Cherise brings the power. She brings the conviction. She brings the energy. In fact, she brings the whole package and the kitchen sink. So we are blessed and honored to welcome Elite Pro 8 Cherise Matthews. Would you please join us?
Hello. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Oh, Dondi and Marcy, thank you so much for having me on. I am so honored to be here, and I'm laughing as that introduction was over the top. Thank you for the introduction. It was beautiful. And it's funny because ditto right back at both of you. You both are some of my favorite presenters in the company as well. So I just feel like you're incredible communicators, and just excited to be here with your team. So thank you so much. And that presentation that I did, I have to give you a little back sight of this. So I told my husband, when I got the topic of building relationships and professional connecting, I said, well, there's only one way to do this. Could I actually do this standing in line for a ride at Disneyland? And he's like, all right. He's like, babe, you better own it if you're going to do that. And I've never acted before. So I wrote it all out, and I thought, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm going to do this. And I was in my office, and I have a big mirror here so I can practice presenting or doing whatever we need to do here. And I was all in, and I was practicing in front of the mirror. And our 10-pound dog, who was right here, Honey, underneath me, she got up, she looked at me like I was crazy. She walks out the office, she turns back around, and she looks at me like, what the heck is going on in there? And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, she doesn't like it. I'm thinking, how can we get in our own heads that my 10-pound dog can strip my confidence? Oh, it's just crazy. But thank you so much for having me on. You both have asked to just quickly touch on my story and why I'm here and why I'm excited about this, even this many years later. And I get so excited to tell this because everybody's story is why they are here. And it's like everyone's got their own individual story. And I have to say, back when I graduated with a pre-law degree in college, I only had one problem. And that was that I realized after 4 years of school that I did not want to become an attorney. And I just don't think like that. I realized after I did an internship with a law firm, and I found myself sitting on a golf course as the cart girl selling sandwiches and beers to anybody that drove by. And my doctor father said, well, at least you're the most well-educated cart girl out there, Cherise. I thought, but what am I going to do for the rest of my life? And so here I was, literally, like, I am not kidding, sitting on this golf course, watching these golfers. It's a very high-end golf course in Newport Beach, California. And this gentleman came up, bought his beers, bought his his sandwiches, and he gave me $100 tip. And I went, whoa, excuse me. But, you messed up here. This is $100. And he said, no, that's for you. And I'm like, whoa, gosh, for me. And at that point, when I was $40,000 in debt from trying to start one of those businesses that I didn't tell my father about. And then also I was off my dad's payroll at that time, since I was just a well-educated cart girl. And I was thinking to myself, $100 tip actually looks really nice right now. So I graciously accepted the tip. And then before he drove up, I said, but wait, excuse me, sir, may I ask you what you do for a living? And he looked right at me and he said, network marketing. And he drove away. And I went, what? People actually make money doing that? Because I already tried, and I was literally was back in the day when you had to buy all this product. And I was like literally a starving college student that graduated and it was $40,000 in debt because of one of those companies. And I said, well, I'm just never going to give it a try again. And off it went. And then at that time, I signed my career path simultaneously took me in two different directions. One, I've always had a passion for fitness. I just can't get it out of me. I just love helping people become healthier. And the other was that that company that I tried. Well, one of my uplines in that company happened to have an enormous life insurance brokerage house, and he asked me to come work for him. So I did, and I went, and at that time we were cranking at that. I was wholesaling life insurance to financial brokers, and I was noticing these giant cases, because to protect these estates, if the case was, a $50 million case, that meant that the person was worth $100 million. Like, what in the world do these people do for a living to create that kind of wealth? And it always came down to one of two things. One, they were either first to market to something, or the second was that they were leveraged. They had leveraged or residual income. And it was usually through real estate. And I thought to myself, gosh, if I could ever start with money, is what I thought, then I'll just go and create some kind of income that way. But where do you get the income to do that? And right, so I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I continued in that path. But at that time, one of my very best friends, Carrie Dickey, came over to my house and said, girl, I've got something for us. And now you have to understand, for those of you that know Carrie, when Carrie says she has something or she has to talk to you, it's either one of two things. Either it's going to be the best thing in the world, or else you're in trouble. It's like, oh, if she ever says I have a bone to pick with you, it's like, oh, geez. So, and I love her so dearly. And I'm like, okay, what is this? And at that time, it was a super antioxidant, but it was one of those companies. And I went, gosh, but I'm never going to do this again. But I understood, being in fitness and nutrition, the power of an incredible antioxidants. And at that time, the bigger the antioxidant, the better for you in your body. So we took that company and ran with it. And now, mind you, I'm taking that company, we're running with it. We were making an incredible leveraged income. I'm still working for the insurance company. I had just had my third child. And then my boss calls me into the office and he says, Cherise, I know what you're doing. And we had a great relationship. He's like a great mentor of mine. And I said, well, I can imagine. And I had my numbers up, in the insurance. So I was fulfilling what I needed to do there. And he said, I know what you're doing. He says, I just want to say this. Go for it. Run like crazy. There will always be a wide open door for you to come back here. But my wife made millions with that business platform. Go for it and be home with your kids. And it was like, not a bad way to kind of lose a job if it was. Like, okay, this is good. And so we ran like crazy. And then the economy turned in '08. And at that time it was like, oh gosh, what's going to happen here? But also science was advancing. And as science was advancing and realizing that not only could a good antioxidant be good for you, but your own body's ability to turn on its own powerful source of antioxidants is even better. And so that's when we were introduced to LifeVantage. And, at that time, I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go again. Again. But I knew the power of this. And I kept remembering to be first to market to something that big. That was the power. And I know this is a little long-winded, but I want to tell you the whole story if you guys don't mind here. I say this because it's powerful, at least for me. What we made with the first company, I thought, great, we had a windfall from this industry, but how about, all these large estates that we were watching grow, they always were involved in real estate and residual income. So I thought that's perfect. Well, when the economy turned in '08, we were able to pick up real estate for half off. And we purchased, with the money we made from this business platform, we purchased those income properties, but we found out very quickly, you don't make residual income until those properties are paid off. It's like, oh, wow, business lesson number 20. So when we then now here we are again, fast forward to this company, and we were like, you know what, there's something to be said about leveraged income. And now I could totally take my training business and this business and do what I really wanted to do, is really leave a large footprint on human health, not just one-on-one, because that's what I was doing in the end at first. Even if I was training someone, I'd get paid for that hour. But what if I could leave a giant footprint on human health? And that is the power of what we're doing right here. And we have not turned back. I mean, I took the advice of one of my mentors there and my old boss, like, go for it and don't turn back, because this is the power. And just recently in this whole pandemic, when it first went down, we went to take the dog for a walk, my husband and I, and he stopped me in mid-walk and he turned to me and he said, Cherise, do you realize that your business, he said, very interestingly, kind of mirrors where you grew up. I grew up in the desert with Joshua trees, one of only 2 places that have Joshua trees, the Antelope Valley. And he said, Joshua trees not only survive an arid environment, but they thrive in it. And your business has survived not only 1, but 2 economic crashes and maybe economic arid environments. And not only has it survived it, it has thrived in it. And I thought, wow. And he said, thank you. And I'm like, wow, this is pretty incredible, right? We've got what we have our hands on. And so I want to just paint a very large picture of what we have in our hands here. So I get very excited to tell that long-winded story because of the fact that's the journey to where I am now, but nothing compares to this. And my husband said again, in the midst of all of this pandemic, Cherise, not only has this now survived and thrived, he said, but there's nowhere else that I know of that stretches and grows people as persons, as people, than your industry. He said, what I saw, what you had to go through to just be on stage and deliver that, I don't know exactly what it was. He's like, you rose to the occasion, you stretched to do so. And he says, that doesn't happen very often in other industries and other businesses. So it's very special here. And and one thing that we've been doing that I just want to shift to is we have really been talking about this convention. Because this virtual convention, as many of you know, I'm on the field advisory board. So I get to see the inside guts of the company and how this company works together with the distributor base to not only survive, but to thrive in this environment. And this virtual convention is not just going to be, oh, just another Zoom. This is a convention that is going to be on demand. It is going to be professional. It's going to be speakers that are in the field, that are literally shoveling and getting dirty and working hard to give their best practices and pass that on to everybody here. And some of the people that are speaking are, well, all of the speakers are fantastic, but really it's about how many people are you going to get to this virtual convention, because the way that your business does thrive is by, going out and getting new people. So it's you plus two, but it's not plus two with other distributors. It's you plus two new people that can see the culture of this company. And so we are so excited. And some of the speakers that are not distributors, but actually the company has brought in in fact, Alan Stein, who was Kobe Bryant's shooting coach, is going to be speaking. And you guys, LifeVantage booked him before the accident. And this is his first speaking engagement since the accident. This is going to be extremely emotional, I can imagine. And it just rings home for so many people. But this is going to be very, very special. So I just suggest that you go out, you run, get as many people as possible to join you, and pick a number that is uncomfortable, that how many people you personally are going to have on your team that will be there. I have a number that I have, and I'll just throw it out there. I have a number of 500 that I will have on there. And that is, I'm working like crazy to just increase that number every day, because that's how many people I want to be on this event. And if I may, I just want to shift one more time, because I wanted to share a little bit of tips of kind of where, what we can use within the business to do this. Have you guys read this book yet? Atomic Habits. Oh, this will be a new favorite, okay? And this was a book that I got in the very beginning of the year, because I love goal setting. I love reaching for something. I love this, I love talking about habits. Heck, I'm a trainer. The only way that you can train a bicep to grow is by using it, right? You've got to create that habit over and over. And so I have actually many books on this subject, but this is the best one I've ever read on habits. And I just wanted to share a couple tidbits from here that really make sense to me, at least. I hope this will give value to you. Number one, he talks about in here, and there are some brilliant stories in here, but number one is you get what you repeat. You get what you repeat over and over and over. So John Maxwell actually said that habits, or you don't choose your life, you choose your habits, and then your habits choose your life. Well, James Clear in the Atomic Habit here talks about you get what you repeat over and over and over. And I don't know about you, but I have a morning routine that I do every single morning like clockwork, because if I'm going to be what I repeat, I want to make sure that I'm in control of what I repeat. And that I hope that you feel the same when you wake up. Instead of being in reaction mode to whatever the world is going to send to you, you are in co-creating world to start off on the right foot and go forward. And in that, my daily habits, it's very, very simple. My gosh, I'm all before 7:30 a.m. I'm literally, I get up, I pray, I read, I stretch, I work out. Okay. I do all this before 7:30 a.m. So those are like three really less things I have to think about the rest of the day. It keeps your mind clear. Have you ever not worked out in the morning when you work out a lot and you go, I have to do it, I have to do it, I have to do it. it mucks up the rest of your mind. Just do it and get it done and have it as your daily habit and you can move forward, okay? But this is what he talks about. You get what you repeat. So either direction. If you're repeating things that you don't realize, and I know I fell into this during this little pandemic, I fell into this, this was kind of a permission button to stop all the craziness and busyness. And I got a little bit lazy. And I went, uh-oh, you get what you repeat in either direction. But what he talks about here is true behavior change is identity change. So not that I want this, instead I am this. For example, are you a person that receives leveraged income? I am a person that receives leveraged income from LifeVantage. I am an entrepreneur. I'm a person that believes in health. I'm a person that motivates others. I'm a person that inspires others. I'm a leader. I'm a teacher. These are the things, not that I want to be this, but that I am that already. Okay, so true behavior change is identity change. And in that mode, I'm a person that works my business every day. Not every day. I do not work on Sundays at all, no exceptions, not negotiable. That's a family day. But for the rest of the days, and then the second thing is, that he gave a very nice, really cool tip in here. He calls it habit stacking. And a habit stack is that you pair your new habit that you want to become part of your daily routine with a current habit. Because we can all the time say, I really want to do this, but how often do these habits stick? But if we have a current habit that's already there, we can habit stack our new habit to our current habit. So, for instance, a lot of what we decided as a team to do was that I said, when do you take your products? Do you take them in the morning? Do you take them in the evening? Where do you take them? Are they in your bathroom? Are they in your kitchen? Where do you take your products? And so wherever that is, we have a habit. Everybody takes their products in the same place at the same time, right? And we have a few extra in the car in case we want a little boost, right? But for the most part, it's in the same place. Mine personally is in my kitchen. I wake up, I do all my thing, I come right down at the same spot. So what we've done is this. I had everybody take a little notepad and put it right next to your products. And the habit is that while you are taking your products, you're going to put one name on that list that you're going to think of, a person that you want to share these with. And that list, you don't have to do anything else. That's a tiny little habit stack that you just do that one habit. Just write their name down. You don't have to call them right there, but just write their name down. So every time you're taking the products, you're thinking who else could benefit from these, and I'm going to put their name on this list. And you'd be shocked at how big that list becomes. But that's a small little habit stack to be thinking about your business all the time, and that your list is going to grow and grow and grow that way. So there are many different things that you can do for habit stacking when it comes to this business, and be creative with it. But I thought that was so much fun. And by changing just a little millimeter of effort, you will go so far. So thank you so much, Dondi and Marcy, for having me on. And I'm here to answer any questions or talk about anything else.
You're amazing.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And I love that habit stack. That's that's a book that I've wanted to get. It's been on the to get list, but thank you for the influence there. We'll definitely grab that.
Yeah, for sure. You know, and I just absolutely love your story about how you've really brought your whole family into this, because your kids, how old were your kids when you first got started?
Oh my gosh, 7, 6, and 3.
Nuts.
Yes.
Yeah, you were nuts. But you know what? There's so many parents that are out there in that exact same situation. Can you give a tip on how you handled your kids or how you included your kids as you went along in building your business? Just to give, I mean, because so many people are in this really difficult place right now and having extra time with their kids at home, trying to homeschool most people now. Go for it.
Right here, baby. I got them right here. This is the craziest, simplest, most elementary thing in the world. Okay, so thank you. Yes, my kids are everything. So instead of making them an excuse, I make them the reason to really dig into this. And especially because right now, I mean, our eldest son just started college today online here. And our other two are starting tomorrow. One's high school, one's junior high. And number one is, first of all, we've all read this book together, Atomic Habits, because their habits will create success in their life when they're doing school. So we had to create a schedule, especially being home. I've never been a homeschool mom. I've been a crazy get them off and then I can relax and then focus. But now we've had to shift and make it work. And so this right here, these are fun. So these are, okay, 3 marbles. They're little marbles. They were marbles from my son's marbles. And when they were really little, we started with this. And these 3 marbles go right here in this little dish. I'm just making sure you can see. And then I have an empty one over here, the second one. And every single week, and I would have them do this. I'd have this on my desk, okay? And I'd say, listen, you guys have to keep me accountable. I want your help keeping me accountable. You guys get to move a marble into the other one on the side when I do a presentation to someone new. And it's amazing what kids can do when you do that. I mean, it's crazy. They run in this office, Mom, did you do it? And I'm like, I know they're coming home. Like at school, I know they'd come home and see which marble, and you get to move a marble, you know, and you're not lying to your kids. You're not going to say, yeah, go ahead and move a marble. No way. You know that you had to give that presentation before in order to do that. And I have to show you this. Wait, this is so funny that you said that and you asked that, Marcy. Look at this. So we went back to stickers, but they weren't for them. It's for me. We went back to stickers every day because this wasn't enough. They're just like, I'm like, 3 a week is good. 3 a week's really good. If you're doing 3 new with everything else, with all the follow-ups and all the teamwork and all that, 3 is good. But they're like, yeah, no, Mom. So we went back to stickers, and my son was like, you went back to kindergarten. I said, I did. You guys are going to college. And I'm going to kindergarten. And they run in to put a sticker on. It is about them connecting, but it's about habits and getting them on a schedule. If they're not on a schedule and I'm not on a schedule, nothing will happen. So it starts with that. And then this is all the accountability that goes along with it. But include them in that accountability makes all the difference.
You know, and I absolutely love how simple that is, right? Because a lot of people think that they have to come up with these grand ideas on how to keep their kids preoccupied while they try to build their business. I love the simplicity in that. It goes right back to building this business. Keep it simple, right?
Simple. Yes, you just have to keep it simple with everything that we do here. We do. And, you know, you can do accountability for anything, and you go to the, you know, kids will keep you more accountable than any business partner ever. They are your business partner. So for instance, my 500, you just had made me think of this, but the 500 I want for convention, I'll start something here for accountability, you know, and they can help me put stickers on accountability. I mean, it's pretty cool what they decide, you know, and they will hold you accountable better than anybody else.
For sure, because it's normally Mom telling them what to do, and now they kind of feel like they can tell you what to do. I love it.
Exactly. And you know, I learned something that worked very well early on, and that is if you ask their opinion about something, like you're trying to get work done, and you guys have heard my story. I've like duct taped my children together in a hugging position. I mean, I'm like crazy, you know, trying to work with kids. But I found that if I ask their opinion about something, even if that's to do with business, and their opinion, I'm thinking about this, what do you think? They go, oh, she's asking me. And when they give their opinion, I don't care if they're 3 years old or they're 18 years old. If you include them in that and you actually listen to that opinion, they will give you the space to do what you need to do.
Wow, that's good.
That is great. Love that.
That is so awesome. You are amazing. We absolutely just adore you and are so thankful to you for taking the time to spend with us. Because I feel like it's like, yes, our team is here, but we're kind of like basking in the Cherise glory right now. But thank you so, so much for being part of this call and with us, with our team. What would you like to?
I just want to thank you so much for first of all, accepting the invitation and taking your valuable time to pour into the other part of Team Freedom Reigns. So like your cousins in the Arizona Freedom Reigns team. But thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your commitment to what you're doing. And thank you ultimately for the example that you're leaving for everyone else to follow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you so
Truly
much. I just admire and look up to you and respect both of you so much. So it's been an honor to be on here.
Well, thank you so much. Love you so much.
Thank you so much.
So there's one question here. Do you want to answer this question? It's a product question. So Cherise, I think Don D can go ahead and take care of this one. It says, I just found out Axio has green tea and should be separated from the Tri-Synergizer. I was taking together what is recommended.
No, there is no reason to be, yes, it has green tea, but it's a different type of green tea that is in the actual NRF2 formulation. So no need to separate it at all. It's a different part of the green tea. So it will not tip the balance or create the improper ratio. Not a concern at all.
Yeah. So how about NRF2 then? And the same ingredients as what's in NRF2? Because someone might have the same, well, what if I drink green tea with my NRF2?
Yes. So that you would not want to do that. But the green tea that is in Axio is a different kind of green tea than in the NRF2. But any of the ingredients and any of the activating products you want, if you're taking them for whatever reason, you want to take them 2 hours before or 2 hours after taking the Tri-Synergizer, not with, because it will throw off the Delica blend.
But Axio, it doesn't matter.
Axio doesn't matter.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much, Cherise. We appreciate you.
You're amazing.
All right, guys. God bless. And get on to it. ITT. Invite. You've got all kinds of LVOs to be inviting to. And we're just super excited to see every single one of you and how far you take this. Go share the gift.
Absolutely.
Right.
Thank you, Cherise. Again, if there's anything we can do to return the favor, please call upon us anytime.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you.
Okay, God bless. Bye-bye.